Tracking breaking news right now. A gas leak on the Palouse is causing schools and businesses to close for the day. On Avista's website, they posted a map of the affected areas. You see it here. They include areas from Albion to Lewiston and Clarkston. The damaged gas pipeline is owned by Williams Pipeline and supplies Avista's natural gas. They say Williams Pipeline is currently working on repairs. Avista also posted they cannot turn on the gas to the affected areas until the repairs are made. They also say crews are going to each gas meter to make sure they are manually turned off because this is a required part of the process.
Now, several schools in the area are canceling classes this morning because of this gas leak. Right now, the Moscow, Lewiston, and Troy school districts have all canceled school for the day. Also canceling classes are Clarkston, Genesee, White Pine, and Palouse school districts. These schools will not have heat because of the outage, which is why so many of them are closing.
The gas leak is also affecting universities on the Palouse.
That's right. So KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is joining us live from Moscow this morning with new information for us. And Brandon, you've even been able to speak with some of the students there who are, of course, I'm sure upset about not having class today.
Well, yeah, with those classes canceled, it's been a fairly quiet morning here on the campus of University of Idaho. We did run into two students earlier this morning. They were heading to an early morning workout, but outside of that, hasn't been much activity going on over here, and that's because, yeah, those classes are canceled today. They're canceled tomorrow, so the remaining classes for this week are canceled, and it's a busy time in the semester as students are starting to get prepped for those finals coming up at the end of the year. But this outage just caused some serious problems, and without the proper gas, several buildings are unable to be heated. Along with that, non-essential offices at the University of Idaho have also been closed. Earlier this morning, we mentioned we did talk with a few students about how it feels to have campus shut down while being so close to the end of the semester.
It's very stressful because we're getting towards the end of the year, but the campus just wants us to be safe and not have to take class in no heating, so we completely understand.
All right, so over in Pullman, most of Washington State University has been switched to an alternative heating source and will remain open and operational. The school's union building remained open overnight for faculty, staff, and students whose heating may have been impacted from that outage. And also in that conversation I had with those students earlier this morning, they told me, yeah, it was fairly cold inside of those buildings last night. They had to make sure all the doors, all the windows were closed shut, so no outside air was getting inside. They had to sleep with extra blankets, coach jackets, things of that nature. So they're just patiently waiting till that heat is able to come back on, and we'll try to talk with more students as we're out here as well. But for now, reporting live in Moscow, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
All right, thank you, Brandon. Well, today, all non-essential businesses in the city of Moscow will be closed because of this outage. Almost all of the buildings in the city are heated by natural gas. All essential emergency services and facilities will remain open. City utility and sanitation services will not be impacted. City offices will remain closed tomorrow as well in observance of Veterans Day. They will reopen on Monday, November 13th.
At KREM 2, we bring you more to every story. We looked into the company who owns and operates this pipeline. This is actually the second time in less than 1 month that an excavator has caused a leak at one of their pipelines. Back in October, you may remember an excavator ruptured a line in Middleton near Boise, forced 10,000 people to evacuate. Local officials say the rupture caused an explosion that could be felt more than a mile away. Residents in the area said the explosion shook the ground and sounded like a fighter jet.
I thought it was initially like a plane crash and like a big plane coming down, but the sound never went away, just big, never died off, never got quiet, lasted on and on and on.
But Williams Pipeline disputes that version of events. They said their crews took all the necessary steps to prevent an explosion, even saying there was not even any fire. An investigation into what really happened is now underway.